If you've offered an apology and you get the sense that something's missing, things still haven't quite come together, you're probably right. And the best thing that you can do is ask. Ask the person that you've hurt what's missing. See, now this is the fourth step of the genuine apology. It's also the most vulnerable step, the most vulnerable place you could be. But that's the place you want to be if you really want to bring healing to your relationships. By the end of this video, you'll understand why that is and how to get there. For ways to heal and grow in your relationships, subscribe to my channel and receive a notification every Thursday when I post a new video. Repairing the relationship involves healing the wound, dressing the wound, and addressing the situation. It is so important for people to voice what it is they experienced with you. Now, most people don't want to be vulnerable, and like I said in the video before, you're going to miss out on that cycle of intimacy and vulnerability, and you don't want that. If you want growth, if you want healing, if you want depth, you're going to take this fourth step. The reason why I included this fourth step in the art of a genuine apology is because so many people miss it. Even when they give their best shot at offering a genuine apology, they can miss the mark. And it's not because they're insincere, and it's not because they're not in the right vicinity, but we actually need help. We need the help of the hurt person to get it right. I remember I was working with a couple, and the guy, he was awesome. He followed all the steps. Step 1, taking responsibility. Step 2, exercising empathy. Step 3, he had a brilliant plan of action. And it was the fourth step that really made the difference. When he apologized and asked her, did I miss anything? Because I really want to get this right. Her response, her ability to go deep and say, you know what, the worst part about the situation was, I felt so insignificant. When he heard that, his understanding of his wife went to a whole nother level. And when he got it, she knew that he got it. And that brought them to a real different place of change in their relationship. There's a lot of talk about relationships being a two-way street, but when the rubber hits the road, that's when people they bail, right? They offer these apologies that are they're just monologues. That's why a lot of the celebrity offers or the politicians' offerings of apologies in hopes of reconciliation, sometimes they don't go the distance. Why? Because it's not a dialogue. It's so important to get feedback from the person that you've hurt. Have you heard an apology personally or even publicly that was one way? It was a one-way offer that attempted to address the situation but simply wasn't adequate. If so, comment below with an example or what would have made a difference in your opinion. But back to our personal relationships. One of the benefits of the art of a genuine apology, and this fourth step in particular that most people miss out on, is giving people the opportunity to grow through addressing their hurt. Over the years, working in children's mental health and with adults, I've had the opportunity to help people sculpt their impact statements. And when you're going through a legal proceeding and there's a criminal case, often they get to address the person who hurt them in court. Now, similar to that, in therapy, when I'm meeting with people, I'm helping them put words to their experience. Why is that so important? Well, it helps people to grow. It helps people to tolerate their pain. It helps them to be assertive. It helps them to look into the eyes of the person who hurt them and to communicate something about their own worth, their own experience. Getting feedback from the person you've hurt is so important. The reason why this is so difficult is because you never really know what somebody's going to say when you open the floor. When you give them the floor and you open the door to that area of your heart, because now this is about you being vulnerable. This is the possibility for you to be hurt as you're extending yourself to them. Why would you want to do this? Believe it or not, this is the last stand. This is the last opportunity for you to demonstrate that this apology is about their healing. It's about their hurt. It's not about you, not about what you want. It's not even about your relationship. This is an opportunity for you to demonstrate that you're strong enough to handle their hurt, to handle their anger, And I'm not talking about taking abuse from people. Most of the times, the people who lash out in anger, they do that on a regular basis, right? If they're constantly critical and negative of you and really abusive, you don't want to take this fourth step with them. And I know this is a message that is hard for a lot of people to hear, especially in church circles. I grew up in church, and I know there's a lot of hurt in church, and a lot of people, they just grin and bear it. And they are under the impression that staying together is the same as being reconciled. There's a big difference. And we'll get to that in the next video. But this step is essential. It's part of the journey towards reconciliation. Unless you can look into the eye of the person that you've hurt and you can demonstrate that, you know what? This is not about me, this is about you. I want you to be well. I want you to be healed. I want you to be whole. I want to do my part in helping you heal. And until you can do that, by opening the door to their feedback on your apology, that cycle of intimacy, it's going to be stunted. It's going to be stalled. It's going to be put on pause until you can actually open that door to them. But what about you? How do you benefit by extending an invitation for them to give you feedback about your apology? We'll get into that in the next video. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe, and share it with everyone who matters to you. Until next time, continue to learn, heal, and grow.